Welcome to another East Coast Roasters. Today, got my man, Michael Fabiano. Today, he's gonna be shredding his RB-swapped S14. When did you start drifting? How long has it been? And what was the first event you ever drove at?
Okay, so my first event was Club Loose. I started drifting about 2015. I had the car since 2012, so I was just like tinkering around with it. Didn't really have like the funds, I was still a kid, and I just kept tinkering at it, throwing parts at it here and there, and then I finally started getting to the track at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. And yeah, it was like a C Group clinic day. On one side of the track, they had everybody learning. They had instructors and stuff, so I had an instructor, and I caught on like really quick, so they sent me over to the other track like halfway through the day.
Nice.
It was kind of like a figure eight, but I didn't really drive that much the first like 3 years I had the car when I was really drifting it.
Yeah.
Until like 2018 when we started, like, me and my friends started traveling.
Going ham with it.
I think me and my friend Romeo drove like 20 events one season. And then from there we just kept driving and driving and driving, and I can't get enough of it now.
No, it's cool. I mean, drifting's super expensive, and obviously being super young, like even getting to New Hampshire Motor Speedway sometimes was like a task in itself, right?
Yeah, and like I didn't have a truck and trailer at the time, so I'm like driving the car up there, hoping I was gonna make it home.
Please don't blow up. I just need to get home later.
And then like once you start like getting good, now I'm in like A group, now I gotta worry about crashing into my friends, and just like I'm beating on the car way more. A couple of times I blew the transmission, so I AAA'd it home, and now it's just like a pain in the ass, You
just get to a point where you need a trailer setup. Like, it's just it.
Yeah,
you can't do anything else.
Yeah, last season, like beginning of the season, my friend sold me a truck real cheap, and then I ended up buying a trailer, and it's been like the best. We went to Pennsylvania, to New Jersey a bunch now, so it's like do what I always wanted to do, is just get out of New Hampshire and drift everywhere else too.
Get to all the events. Where did you find this car?
So back in 2012, we were still on Craigslist, going through Craigslist, and I find one in Bangor, Maine, which is like 4.5 hours from me. It was a sketchy post too, so I'm just like, man, like this is like way too good to be true. It was like $3,500, just clean, stock, untouched. I think all it had in it was a sound system. I borrowed my friend's car to go pick it up. When I got there, it was like on a giant farm. And
I'm either gonna get a cool car or I'm gonna get kidnapped today.
The kid that was actually selling it wasn't even there. It was his parents that were like selling it to me.
To like get this shit out of my yard today.
Pretty much. And so I like took it for a test drive. It ran, it drove like fine. So I was like, whatever.
KA at the time?
Just stock KA. Like I think it had like an intake on it and an exhaust. We bought it, and like the two friends that I brought with me didn't even tell me that they didn't have their license. So they drove the car we borrowed. They drove it without a license all the way home, and I drove this car, and it made it home no problem. I tried racing a Saab 900 and I lost.
Was it auto or 5-speed?
It was 5-speed.
Nice.
It came 5-speed. It was like everything you wanted. Slip top.
The Saab had that turbo, man. Can't be too hard on yourself.
Yeah, we hit fuel cut at like 120, and then that was it.
Let's check out what's under the hood of this baby. So we can see some RB20 goodness under here. Kind of just give us the whole overview of the car, what you did to it, what's, what you think your best mods were drifting wise.
First thing was I bought the RB20, put a good clutch in it. That was pretty much it. Wiring specialties harness. I put some very minimal angle mods on it. Like I don't even think it was cut knuckles at the time. I think it was just like tie rod spacers, and that was it.
Hell yeah.
Engine stayed stock turbo, stock boost, like PBM angle kit.
Yep.
Like kind of like their basic kit, but like the arms, the knuckles, the tie rods. I think it's a good street car angle kit.
What is that, a Volvo electric steering pump?
Yeah, I actually just did that last year. I ran like the stock RB pump for a while. It never really worked properly.
Did you have
so it was always
slippage issues? Or?
Not even that. It was just like heavy steering a lot. I didn't know, because that was like all I used. At first, like I didn't even run a power steering pump. Once I got better, like I was like, okay, I gotta put power steering in this thing.
This is enough for me.
Exactly. So then I put the regular hydraulic steering in it. That ended up just like crapping out, and then it was just like a pain in the butt to find. Like the Volvo pumps were like $150.
Mainly basic. Pretty basic setup.
Until last year, I was like, okay, this car's lasted me like 6-7 years now. It's
Might as well turn it up.
time to step it up a little bit. So I bought the Garrett GTX 2867R.
Yep.
Deutschwerks injectors and a Haltech 2000. And then we just turned up the boost to like 17, 18 pounds, and it makes 350, 360 horse, a little over
Pretty good.
300 torque.
You can just about almost drive anything right around that range.
Yeah, it definitely made a world of a difference. Like it's way more fun to drive now.
I mean, I've seen you obviously over at Nedco events, Lock City, tandems with Turk.
Tandems.
I have that video clip. You'll have to do a quick flash of that. That was good, dude. You held a good line. I mean, he was dead on your door, but those were good.
I'm surprised he didn't touch it.
Let's talk a little bit about the body kit that you got on it.
I have a full Origin racing line body kit, Origin Type 2 rear over fenders, stock front fenders. Paint was done by my buddy Adam Stoll. I love it with the racing line kit.
Oh yeah,
I think anything looks good with the racing line kit. That's just me. Yeah, so the livery was installed by Jake from New School Vinyl, and there's about 8 of us on Team Power Up. Some of you may know us.
All right, so we went over Fabby's car. He gave us the lowdown of pretty much his whole build. There's just one little thing missing real quick. Let's go, baby! RB shreds all day! How do you feel?
I'm good. It's a small lot, but it's fun.
Cheers, baby, let's go! Couple too many boostuses blew off his charge pipe, but good to go, man. Shred on. I heard it. All right, so you guys watch Fabby kill some tires, throw some fireballs, spit some rubber everywhere, throw some figure eights. Go cover it all, man. Sick job. Whoa.